Alright, so now that you've got your parameters and your configuration set up, it is time to try your luck at actually RNG. I was in the middle of working on something when I made this video, so I decided to just show you what I was doing. In this video, I am going to hatch a flawless, shiny, drought Vulpix. So what you want to do is you want to put the IVs in their correct places for the male and female parents. Remember that Dream World Pokemon cannot pass on their abilities if they're breeding with a Ditto. So what I did first was I bred a male Flawless Vulpix first using my Flawless Ditto, and then I put in the Drought female into the daycare with the Flawless male, and this is what I got. I'm not actually going to show you how to search in this video because I had already searched for my seeds and it took like over an hour, so I'm just going to use the ones that I have already. I had to select a hold button just because my things I'm looking for are so specific. When you're using an Everstone, basically you're looking for a Pokemon that has ES in the nature. That means that whichever Pokemon you gave the Everstone, that's going to be the nature. I picked this seed because the Pokemon I'm going for is very close to the initial frame. Now, the frame is actually the number that you see on the far left, 41, 42, 43, etc. What you want to do is you want to have at least one Chatot in your party with a recorded chatter, and I'll show you that on the DS in just a moment. The reason why you want this is because when you hear Chatots cry after you've recorded the chatter at any point in the game, it advances the frame. Now this is good because it's a very controlled way to advance the frame without having interference from NPCs while you're in the main menu. Alright. Now, you're at the daycare center, and both of the Pokemon are in the daycare center. What I do to make sure that there's an egg is I talk to the old lady because she'll tell you that her husband was looking for you, and that way you don't accidentally pick up the egg. Then you put yourself right in front of the daycare guy so that he's facing you. Make sure that you have two Chatots with chatter in your party. Now, every time you hear this cry that you recorded, it'll advance the frame. So basically, all you have to do is after you record the chatter is you just need to see them in your summary, and the cry will advance the frame. So you want to stay right in front of the daycare guy with an empty slot in your party, and you want to make sure that he actually has an egg for you. Now, the time that I'm going for is October 3rd, 2011 at 12 with 31 minutes and 14 seconds. Now, what you want to do is go back to your main menu on your DS and set the time and date to the one that you need. So we're going to go into main menu and change the date and time to the one that it says on the Seed Inspector, which is what you get after you double click on the Pokemon that you're looking for in the Seed Searcher. The one that I have selected right now is the seed that I'm going for. So that's October 3rd at 12:31 and 14 seconds. Now I need to actually start my game 8 seconds early, so that means that I'm going to set my time to 12:30 instead of 12:31, because that'll give me a whole minute and 6 seconds to start my Pokemon game. So here I am setting the date. Also, when you're setting your time like this on a 3DS, it takes at least 8 seconds for your DS to leave the settings and go back to the main menu so you can enter your Pokemon game. This is problematic if you have a seed that you're going for that is really close to the minute. So that's why I give myself an extra minute. So I set my time a minute early so that I have extra time so that I know for sure that I can hit the seed and not miss it while I'm trying to go back to the main menu on my DS. So that's what I'm doing right there, and right now I'm waiting for the live clock on my desktop to reach a full minute. That's how I can sync up my DS time with the clock, and then I'll know when I'm hitting it, and I'll know I'll hit it at the right time. Now, I don't always get it right because I'm kind of bad at it, but that's why I make this video, because not everyone is perfect, and I can show you how to know why you're messing up and how to fix it. I feel like a lot of the videos out there don't really show you like what can go wrong and how you fix it. And I'll sort of talk about that a little bit in this video. So going back to the main menu, selecting Pokemon, and I'm going to wait for about a whole minute. I think I've turned my, yeah, you can see there, I got to wait for it to go to 6:06. I also have a hold button for this seed. Now, when you're first starting, you might not want to use a hold button just because it makes things just that more complicated, and if you forget to hold it, you screw yourself up. For this, my hold button is select, which is actually kind of funny because if I hit it really early, it actually makes my 3DS go into small screen mode. So later in this video, you'll see that my Pokemon game is on a small screen, but it's not broken. It's just that the hold button that I have makes it small. Yep, there it is, small. But you want to hold the button. If you do have a hold button, you want to hold it all the way until you see the star for the Game Freak logo. Once you see that, you know you can let it go and start pressing A. Now, it doesn't really matter how fast you advance through this menu, but just to be safe, you should do it pretty quick. And for the first time you're picking up your egg, you don't want to open your menu, you just want to pick it up as soon as you enter the game. Now, you want to let that autumn or whatever season it is fade. As soon as you see it start to fade, start pressing A. Because when you go to open your menu to later, when you're advancing frames, it's not going to go away, it's going to fade. Alright, and here we go, hatching the egg. Hey, so I actually videotaped this part separately so that I could speed it up so you wouldn't have to watch me actually hatching an egg, but I wanted you to make sure that I actually don't have an AR in the back of my game. This is all just using PPRNG and a little bit of math and a clock. I always mess up. Sorry, it's kind of shaky. So yeah, I'm hatching the egg. Alright, so the egg is about to hatch, and this is where you actually need to kind of pay attention. Remember, this is the first Pokemon that you picked up without opening your menu, without doing anything. As soon as you could, you picked up this egg. So you want to look at it in the menu and see what its nature and characteristic is. Now, I'm not using an AR, so I can't see its IVs without uploading it. So I see that it is timid and alert to sounds. When you're using an Everstone, it gets kind of a little more complicated because most of the Pokemon you're going to hatch are going to have the same nature. If you're not using an Everstone, it's a lot easier to tell which Pokemon is on your list because it'll have a different nature. Alright, so the Pokemon, I can't see it on here. I don't see a timid one that matches the description. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly to the Pokemon Center and upload it onto the Pokecheck. The reason you want to find the Pokemon that you just hatched is you want to make sure that you're doing it right. And this is why I'm making this video, is because I screw up a lot. So I can show you how to make sure that you're doing the right thing. So you upload it like you did before. Alright, this video is kind of long, so I had to continue it in part 2. I'll put a link to it in the description. Thanks for watching.